welcome to RØDECaster User Meetup. I'm John, and I cannot wait to talk to you all. Okay, all right. So you got a question, but it's for soundtrack. Okay, all right. I'm already seeing interaction. Welcome, welcome. This is the RØDECaster User Meetup. This is a space for all RØDECaster users to come together. And in fact, I encourage you to participate by joining the show. So this is a live show. Even if you're watching this on a replay, know that if you have any RØDECaster questions, either to ask or come here to join us as a panel to contribute to the fellow community of RØDECaster users, feel free to do so. How do you do that? Go to learner2learner.com, the website, and I should add that now to the YouTube chat. So you should see that now on the YouTube chat. And in there, you will be able to participate by just going to the website and click on the link here that tells you that you can call in with the Zoom call button down here on the bottom right here. If you click on that, it will bring you to a registration page. I'll show you what it looks like. It's going to show you the registration page. All you need to do is simply put in your first last name, your email address, and then the first question is a must. This is just to make sure that you're not a bot or whatever. So go ahead and do that, and then it will register your name to the list, and then I will go into Zoom and approve the list. And then going forward, you will be able to join. I'm not seeing, I saw Charles registering, and I also saw Rob saying that he's going to join momentarily. So hopefully the link is still functioning properly. Anyway, if it doesn't, just go into the chat. I also see John from John IT in the chat as well. So feel free to let me know if the join link isn't working. Let me know. I want to say hi to my Clubhouse friend, Mary Lou. Hello, Mary Lou. Oh, sorry, I have your microphone muted. Go ahead. Sorry, say hi again.
Oh, that's okay. Hi, John.
Hi.
It's good to see you back.
Good to see you. Thank you. Thank you. I will let's go and talk a little bit more about the stuff that I have ready to talk about, or at least answer. There's a question on the RØDECaster User Meetup live stream last week, and somebody asked a question specifically about the RØDECaster Pro. And I want to get that addressed before we swing back to you, Mary Lou, and chat a little bit more. Okay, is that all right?
Sure.
Okay, all right. So, last week when we were talking about the lapel mic, or the this little small form factor microphones that was very popular, I got the DJI Mini. Mic Mini, and I also previously purchased a what is it called? The Mark M2, the Lark M2. It's the Hollyland Lark M2. Oh my gosh, all these model numbers to keep track of. Lark M2, and which is a really small lapel microphone that you can wear on yourself. So it has like a magnet back, and it's very lightweight. I think it's like 7-8 grams. Round circular thing you can just pop on yourself, and then you'll be heard. And that was great until I found the DJI. And last week I talked about why I like the DJI Mic Mini a little bit more than the Lark M2, even though I love the Lark M2 when I first got it. And from that, I got a question from Pamela, I believe. Yes, Pamela asked, how do you use Lark M2 on the RØDECaster? I responded to her on the comments, but I also would like to address this just so that we can like take a look at it together. So I'm going to see if I can actually, oh wait, okay, Charles is here. Let me get Charles into the conversation, and then we can move. Oh, and Charles is like a brand new RØDECaster Duo
Duo.
user. Oh wait, I haven't added you to the. A while since you come here, huh?
Yeah.
Because it's telling me that I have to add you because you haven't been here. Okay, now I'm gonna add you to Charles. I will add you to the chat. There you go. Hello, Charles.
Hello.
So I'm going to answer this question. I was in the middle of answering Pamela the question about how do you connect your Hollyland Lark M2. And so what happens is on the Lark M2, I don't have that anymore, but I used to have that. So I know how that works, and that's exactly the same way how I connect it to my RØDECaster. Now, of course, provided that you are referring to the RØDECaster Duo or Pro 2. I'm going to show you the back of my RØDECaster if it's even possible. We'll see. I don't like disengage something. So this is one of the microphone inputs. So that's like mic number 4, for instance. I think that's number 4. And let me see if I can turn on my light here. There you go. A little bit better. So this is mic number 4. As you can see the number there. And this is the adapter. So it has a combo jack. So essentially it is a combo where it'll take XLR as well as the 1/4 inch. So this is the adapter that I was referring to, Pamela, in the chat. This is the, I guess this is 1/4 inch. Where I'm still confused. Like, where do you say, which direction do you say the adapter? Does it adapt a 1/8 inch to a 1/4 inch? Like the signal flow? Like, is that how you like?
Yeah.
Okay.
The signal flow is how you.
Okay. So here is adapt a 1/4 inch into a, adapt a 1/8 inch to a 1/4 inch adapter, and then the 1/4 inch will go into the phono, the 1/4 inch jack of number 4. And then the other part of the picture is on your Lark M2 or your, I'm using this is my DJI Mic Mini. This, it comes with this. Your Lark M2 also comes with this, but it comes with a little coil cable. And it has essentially 2 male-to-male 1/8 inch TRS. So all you need to do is you plug one end into the 1/8 inch jack on the adapter. And then on your Lark M2 receiver, this is not one, obviously one, this is a DJI one, but your Lark M2 will have the same thing where it allows you to, this is the receiver that allows you to plug into the camera. If you have like a Sony or whatever, a DSLR camera, and then you plug that in here. And that once the receiver is on, now your signal will go to that mic 4. So mic 4 is this. So I'm going to go to mic 4, and I actually, I use the preset of the SM7B. So you can obviously use anything, and then adjust the gain based off of how loud or how sensitive you set the gain to be on the receiver itself. So that's how you do it, Pamela. I hope that is helpful. And if you want to in the future, come on and join the live stream or continue participating in the chat, or also maybe come to one of the live stream in the future and we can chat some more in person. Maybe you should also clarify, I didn't get any confirmation from you. I asked whether or not this is a RØDECaster Duo or a RØDECaster Pro 2. If it is a RØDECaster Original, that might change the picture a little bit. And since Charles is fairly fresh, I would imagine, with the RØDECaster OG, if that's the case, she can easily plug that into the TRRS input, couldn't she?
Yes.
Okay. So that will be the solution for it. Rob is in the house, in the chat. Hello, Rob. And Charles has a new RØDECaster Duo. But before we do that, before we talk about that, I want to quickly at least get to talk to Mary Lou from Clubhouse, just to make sure, at least I know, even if we may not answer her question right now, we can at least carry that into soundcheck if we can. So Mary Lou, let's check in with you. I know this is the RØDECaster user meetup, but I would at least want to hear if you have a question or what brought you here. And hi, Lalo.
Hi, John. I've had a number of problems with trying to
Spotify.
get Spotify to
Okay.
work.
Okay,
And
let's post that out there. Maybe one of us, like Charles or anybody watching, might be able to suggest. Go ahead. Why don't you go ahead and say what your issue is?
well, when you first set my equipment up and or told me how to set it and things, it
Mm-hmm.
worked fine. It didn't matter whether I used the web app or the web player, or the app.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I could play music for other people because in my karaoke room, I take requests.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and it would be about an hour or two, and then suddenly it either wouldn't show up, it wouldn't play for the room, the music, and only I could hear it, or neither of us could hear it, or the volume would be so low that it wasn't audible enough. I mean, you could
Mm.
tell. So I have tried everything, you know, to make it work that I can think of, that I've had
Mm.
suggestions and offers from other people, but I just kind of think it must be Spotify.
It could be another thing that I mean, that's not something that off the top of my head I'm able to immediately help you
Yeah.
with. However, um, I would probably suggest this. If you have you tried using a different player, so maybe even just like use YouTube as a test. Is YouTube is consistently okay because they're both playing on your system, and then that system sound is fed to your mixer.
Hmm.
So if you were to use YouTube, is that consistent and doing okay? Is it just Spotify
I think I
specifically?
tried Apple Music and
Hmm.
Amazon,
Uh-huh.
and they are fine.
Okay. Then
So it must be Spotify. But
yeah.
someone else suggested that I wouldn't have those problems if I weren't using, if I would switch to, Club Deck on my laptop. And that,
And then you have a different can of worm. Then you
yeah,
have Club Deck to deal with.
yeah. And I'm not familiar with it. And I could take time, but I have to take time off and just
Yeah, it will
only
be
look at
tricky
that.
because you're on a Windows system and we're gonna
Yeah.
have to install some kind of Windows equivalent to like a what is it? Charles, do you remember what's it called? Like some kind of like audio meter or something to get the audio to come in. So yeah,
Yeah. It just all sounds like too much.
it might be, and frankly, if you are able to get the other app, the sound audio app to work, and YouTube and Apple Music, then that really reassuring me that the issue is probably Spotify on your computer.
I still think it might be Clubhouse, the app.
Could be Clubhouse, you thinking?
Why does it work for a while and then after a couple of hours it won't work? Suddenly
But
it
when that's the case, um when you switch to Apple Music, and so when Spotify X up, you switch to Apple Music,
Mhm.
does it work? Like when
Yeah.
you so it works. So that
Yeah.
again eliminates the fact that it's Clubhouse because all your sound goes in from your mixer into your
Okay.
Clubhouse.
Well, the thing of it is I haven't delved deeply into Amazon Music, but if you have an opinion, I'd appreciate it. Which of those all of those music sources are the best with karaoke tracks, and that's probably not something you would know or care that much about.
You
Well,
talking about
go ahead, Charles. Charles, were you going to try to say something? Oh, was that Rob?
in karaoke?
Yes, karaoke. Yeah, like karaoke options like tracks with a bunch of karaoke tracks. I mean, I have
Okay.
Apple Music. I don't use it extensively, but I do use it occasionally.
Mhm.
I mean, I've done that with Apple Music and on my iPad with the feature of
with
turning out the
okay. So
yeah.
on Apple Music, if it is coming from a phone or an iPad, you have the option to suppress the vocal on certain tracks. But I think what Mary Lou was referring to was like karaoke tracks. They are out there, Mary Lou. They are out there. Most, in fact, not if not all the tracks that I do, except for some customized ones, are all from Apple Music. All the -1 tracks or the karaoke track.
Well, I know I tried to transfer a list of my karaoke songs, mine, into
Yeah, and that should work.
Apple Music, and I lost, I don't know how many of the karaoke tracks versions were missing. And yeah,
Well, you can also bring it in just as an audio file if it is an MP3 file that you're bringing in, unless it is copyrighted. If it is just an MP3, regular old MP3 file, you should be able to bring it in and play it from within Apple Music.
oh, okay.
Because
Well,
it would not show up as Apple. You wouldn't want to be, there are two tabs when you have Apple Music on. One tab is Apple Music. The other tab is your library. So your library would be the music that you own that is just a MP3 file, and then you play back from the library rather than looking at it from the Apple Music tab.
okay.
But you can.
I just wasn't that taken with Apple Music. I mean, I spent some time on it, and then I tried Amazon Music, and I don't know.
I do not use Amazon Music, so I'm not familiar at all. I've always been an Apple Music user, so I'm a little
Well,
biased.
So anyway, what I
Yeah.
need to do then
Same
is
here.
focus on.
But I would have you tried uninstalling Spotify and reinstall it?
Oh yes.
Okay.
Lots of
Yeah,
times.
that's a bit beyond me, and definitely not. I wouldn't think it's a Clubhouse issue.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I was just curious, and I thank you for always for all
Of course.
I appreciate
Of
it.
course. Thank you, and good luck, and let me know, if
All
you
right.
figured out maybe the next version of Spotify would somehow fix the issue. We'll see. Welcome, Mimi. Hello, good to see you. It's been a long while. By the way, I actually have a link to share with the Clubhouse people, but I'm gonna do that after I let Charles talk to you. Share with us what new piece of tech do you have now, and what did you kick out of the picture?
So I replaced my RØDECaster OG with the RØDECaster Duo.
And
I
love
like
to hear
some things about it.
Yes, I would like to hear.
There are definitely things I don't like about it. I tried to copy over as many of like the settings for. Like,
you do
the
sound
mic,
different.
It does.
Yeah.
It really does, and so I'm hoping you can help me with that because there's settings in here that were not.
It's not quite transferable. Yeah, it's not.
Yeah.
In fact, all the processors are different. So even if you have the setting somewhat the same, it does not sound the same.
It sounds totally
Yeah,
different.
it sounds completely different.
People are like, "Oh, you sound awesome." I'm like, I do not sound like I normally do. Like there's something weird going on with my voice that is not.
It's
somewhere
not the same
in the processing, but
and you will. I try to. I try. It's not as clean.
I don't think so.
I'm hearing a room right now. Am I? Or is it Glenn's room? Let me see if it's Glenn's room. Glenn, Glenn, can you temporarily mute? Oh, is that you muted? Somebody's muted.
That was him.
Okay. All right. Okay. So, Glenn, I'm going to add you to the picture so we can actually see you also. But I would like to get Glenn's sound tuned up while I also hear a little bit more about your experience with this. So tell me.
And by the way, that was one thing I did like, is how they adjusted the noise gate. I like that they have the
hysteresis.
Hysteresis.
It's not a medical condition, just so you know.
No, yeah, no. Well, when I first saw it, I was like, "What the heck is this?" I'm like, and so I Google it, and I'm like, "Oh, yeah, I know what that is." Okay,
Yeah,
all
yeah.
right, I like that.
So it's much better. I think it's everything is less aggressive compared to the OG, and because of that, let me tell you this. Let me set your expectation. At least from my experience, I cannot get exactly the sound that I get from you. You're not gonna, but get the sound. It's always good to like let you forget about the OG sound and then get this to sounding the more you like. Like we can get there, but it's gonna be. It may not be exactly the same. It's a lot darker on the other one because it's so aggressive. But you might like it. We'll get to it. Let's say hi to Glenn. Hello, Glenn. Oh, sorry, I have you muted. So
no. I was muting myself. So, how are you gentlemen doing tonight?
Good. Now you've met Charles before, right, Glenn?
I think he's been on once when I was.
The earlier.
Yeah.
So anyway, so let's see if we can. I want to hear from Charles. What is the difference, like sound wise, that you said that it's not as clean?
I just feel like there's a layer to my voice. Like I almost hear like there's an additional layer to my voice.
Yes. Okay. Let me tell you what that is.
And it screws with me. I'm like,
yes.
I hope to God nobody else is hearing this because it sounds
it
horrible.
Almost like you hear yourself twice, right? Do you almost hear that?
Yeah.
And it is so slight that I know exactly what you're talking about, and you're not gonna like what I'm gonna tell you.
Can't get rid of it, of course.
You can't get rid of it. But I spoke to the RØDECaster tech support. Well, the good news is you'll get used to it, but it's gonna be a while. So the solution is to turn up your headphones of your voice louder, because it has a split of a few millisecond longer latency. What's coming to your ear, it's a few milliseconds late. And we're so used to hearing ourselves on the original RØDECaster that has zero latency. Just because of this, now the new thing is all software. It drove me crazy for a while, and then I turned it up louder and I got used to it.
Okay.
It took me a couple of months, but it took me maybe like another month after they told me to like crank up. So listen to yourself louder so you don't hear yourself while you hear yourself through the headphones. Like you don't physically hear yourself.
So how do I adjust?
You can either crank up your headphones for everybody to be louder, or you can also do your custom mix. So let me see if I can get to the custom mix. So it will be in here, into your settings, and then go into your outputs. Then
Is there a way to lower the reverb at all?
Reverb?
I don't have any reverb.
Who's that? Who's that speaking? Oh, it's Rob. Sorry, Rob from Clubhouse. It's not the reverb.
Oh, okay, because that's like a common thing on latency.
No, there's no reverb right now. It's just the latency. I'm talking about the headphones signal that you're hearing is a few milliseconds longer than the original one. So
I just throw that out there. Yeah, no
I think
worries.
to hear yourselves in your headphones. Okay, so go to your headphones, and I'll answer John's question. So sorry, settings, outputs, and then not headphones. Sorry, I went to the wrong thing. where's the submix? Routing? Yeah, routing. So routing, and then go to your headphones that you're listening to. And then you see that my microphone is actually a hair louder. I turn, oh no, my microphone is a little, I turn my mic up a little bit. So essentially, this actually, it's a fun thing. So essentially you have a submix for your own headphones alone.
Okay. Yeah, I guess that does make it a little bit better.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem as delayed.
Yeah.
That it does.
You
if
almost
it's at
hear
true
yourself.
volume.
Yeah. You're almost hearing yourself double in the signal. And you actually are.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what you're hearing, but it's not in the signal.
That's so crazy.
Yeah. And you'll get used to it. I got used to it. It will probably be a while, but you'll get used to it. And while we're here, you just essentially tap on that little tic-tac mark and then just, turn your dial so that it goes a little
this is
harder.
interesting. So now okay. So if I do that, if I raise, now I notice you have, of course, you have all your channels at Unity right now.
Yeah.
Oftentimes, like when I'm on TikTok or other streams, I will have music playing through my Bluetooth channel from my iPad. And of course, I only have it set at like
really low.
45. Yeah, it's stupid low. Like max 30.
Yeah.
So if I set my custom mix here, when I okay.
What you do? Did you turn yourself down?
Hold on, let me turn on mix minus. Okay. Okay, there we go. No, I have the stream playing on my iPad, and I turned up my Bluetooth channel, not remembering. Crap. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So, even though I'm setting the channel 1, which is my mic, to a custom
to your
level,
ears, or where?
it will
To
not
where?
to my ears.
Yes.
It will not affect what I hear from the other channels.
Correct. It is only affecting your mic. It's not even what you're hearing.
I just want to make sure, because I didn't want to be like, I don't want this to affect every other channel.
No.
I need
It's
to hear
only
them
affecting what
real.
you're hearing. Yeah. The submix is only in your ears, in that headphones 1, which is one of the more powerful features that you can get in one of these newer digital mixers. You can do that with the Creator Pro as well. But
one other quick question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Do you notice that the digital Unity is different than the analog Unity?
Probably, like digital,
like if you set the analog to Unity as best as you can,
like you mean
look
like
at your digital, is the digital higher
no
than -15?
No. Well, maybe it's the angle, like how you look at it, maybe.
No,
because the physical one, like, so let me show. Are you talking about like the actual physical fader, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
physical fader.
Let me see. Do you have the broadcast? Oh, you have, because you said 15. Let me see if I can show you. Okay, so you see my mic.
Oh, yours is dead 15. On. Mine's slightly off.
And my maybe because it's the Duo, like the physical buttons a little different. Like when I see it on my camera, it's a little under, like from here. But when I see it from here, from my angle, it's fine.
I guess that's true. I'm looking at it dead on. I'm not.
Yeah.
Because I have it mounted and angled straight.
Okay. So yeah. So yeah, but you'll probably calibrate
little
to
things.
It. Yeah, you'll calibrate to it, and those are like the little things that's probably gonna be annoying for a little bit, and then you're gonna.
This isn't my OG.
You're gonna forget about it. You're gonna forget about it. I packed up my OG. I remove it from my
OG is
deck,
downstairs with my kids now,
which is good. Mine is just over there sitting, and I want to sell it. So so that it's out and not just sitting here. It's essentially brand new because I got the replacement unit and never used it. I just turn it on so that I can tell people where to press what button. But very quickly, I want to bring this. That's a valid question. This is a question from John IT. He asks, why do you guys like to hear yourself in the headphones? So I like to hear myself so that I know what I'm sending out is what I want people to hear. So if I don't hear myself through the system, I wouldn't know what everybody else is hearing. So that's why I want to monitor myself included, because I'm part of the conversation. Now, of course, if I'm the producer, then I don't need to be in there. So that's why. Anybody else want to take that?
I am so used to hearing myself, I find myself stumbling all over my words if I don't hear myself.
Me too.
I have to think about what I'm doing if I'm not listening to myself.
Yeah.
And I guess, with headphones, you have to I almost think you have to pipe yourself in there. Now, if you're not wearing headphones, you're hearing yourself. And so I think it's that same, I kind of relate it to when I first went, when I was a teenager and went to the Space Center in Huntsville. And they had ice cream, astronaut ice cream. And I was like, this is kind of weird, nice. Let me try this. I bit into it and about gagged because, yes, it did taste like vanilla ice cream, but it was hard. It was dry. It was everything my brain told me wasn't ice cream. And so I think and I say that to say that, when we're just talking, we are hearing ourselves talk. Mm-hmm. And so to put
through
on
our
headphones
bones
and not be able to hear yourself at all because of noise cancellation and you've got other things coming in, other speakers, I just think it messes with my head. I can't do it. I have to have myself in the mix.
Me too. And I think part of that too was because the first time I started using a mixer was when I started to try to learn to produce music, record my own vocals and all that. And therefore it's always in my ears. The reason why I wear headphones is so that I can hear myself. And when I'm performing, I know exactly what I'm singing. So that's another reason.
And you can judge tonality a lot better because, again, what you hear, because when you're speaking and especially when you're singing, the tonality you hear is different than what is actually coming through the produced track. And so, even in live scenarios, what you hear, because you're hearing partly inner ear, partly outer ear. Mm-hmm. And so when you put on the headphones and you hear exactly what your audience is hearing through a stream, it is different with singing. So you may change your tonality slightly when singing based on what you're getting through that internal loop.
That's right. Glenn, have you always used your headphones to monitor yourself? Or I know some people.
Yeah. Always. I've got. So let's see here. I'll show you.
Because some people does not like that.
I've got.
Getting up behind the scenes. This is rare.
This is right, Mimi. This is why I think you're watching.
Yes,
us now.
I am hooked in. Let's see.
So you're on headphones 1. Your ears?
Yes, I am locked in here,
and so because you have
so I'm talking on this channel. Oh, wait a second. There we go. Okay, there we go. Okay, now we got it. Okay, so I'm talking on this channel, and I'm listening on this channel. This one.
Oh, yeah, you're listening as in listening to us.
Yeah.
But you're listening to both channels. You're listening to channel 1 and channel 4, or whatever the sequence. So you're listening to us as well as your own voice.
Yes.
Some people I know there are people, especially those who I met on Clubhouse, tend to try to not want to hear themselves. Because it may not be something that they're used to hearing, and so like hearing themselves talk is a little bit weird.
I understood that it was a cardinal rule that you want to listen to yourself because you want to know what's going on.
Exactly. Yes. Because that's why if you don't hear yourself, some people, because you have your microphone muted, you don't know you keep talking because you can hear yourself through your ears, right?
Yeah. That's one good reason. Yeah.
And but the thing is that the John IT says he has himself muted, so maybe that's a matter of preference. But I've always had my voice piped through my ears. I want to see if we can look at this question. Matt, hello, Matt. Matt Ruff says, so are we talking RØDECaster Pro 2 audio or RØDECaster video? When was that come in? I can't remember what I was referring to, but Matt, you can clarify again. Which part exactly? I forgot. I don't know where the message came in. When we're talking about the delay?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Do not know about the RØDECaster video, Matt. I'm not sure. I know it is definitely on the RØDECaster Pro 2. And if we go with the assumption of RØDECaster Pro 2 being the same as the RØDECaster video audio is exactly the same as RØDECaster Duo and RØDECaster Pro 2, then I would imagine that would be the same as well. So my assumption.
Pretty similar.
Yeah. So Matt, thank you for that question. And John, do you know Matt? Is Matt's new to us, or has he been here before? His face looked familiar. Maybe I've seen it in other community. But Matt, thank you. And so let's see if we can. I want to ask you now. Okay, so that is a difference. I do hear that your compression is a little bit aggressive. Okay. So wait, sorry.
Yeah.
I'm going back to Matt. Matt is chatting with us. Okay, I'm using RCP2 and I'm new here. Oh, okay. Welcome.
Nice.
Yeah, this is the place. This is the community. Every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Central Time, we meet and talk all things RØDECaster, which is awesome. Okay, so he's from the Curtis Judd's live stream. Okay, cool. Well, see, like we have some like community crossing paths now, so it's amazing. Thank you.
Fun.
And Matt, this is an invitation to all RØDECaster users, especially if you want to participate in the conversation. Feel free to join the live show. It does require you to go to the website, thelearnertolearner.com, the website. In fact, I'm going to add that chat. Oh, so good. Thank goodness for Stream Deck. I just press a button and then the link shows up. You can click on that and go to the website and click on the call in with Zoom registration required button. Click on that and it will bring you to a registration page where you are able to register, and then I will get notified to approve you. The reason why I'm doing this is because, I've been Zoom bombed, and that is no fun, especially when you're doing it live. So hopefully that's not happening now. And so with the registration, you are able to participate. You don't have to do it right now. You can do it anytime in the future, Matt. That's an open invitation to all of you. In fact, John IT has also been here before. Now, going back to the conversation about your sound, can we look at your, let's do a bit of a sound check. Let's do,
Sure. Do you want me to turn everything off, or do you want me to just tell you where I'm at?
Can you show? It's not convenient.
Hold on. I thought you were going to ask this, and I was trying to figure out, I was trying to remember where they stuck continuity camera in the latest iOS update.
Or you could also open up, you can do desktop sharing and open up Rode Central also.
Okay, so that brings me to another question real quick.
Yes.
Does that thing keep crashing on you?
No.
Oh,
Rode Central?
Oh, crashes all the time on me. I don't know it's the only thing I ever have a problem with.
No. By the way, I'm going to try to mute myself whenever I cough because I'm still recovering from my cold. And I think I was just starting to get a cold last week. But if I do cough, if I couldn't get to the thing, mute button quick enough, and if I do sound like I have TB, don't worry, it's my asthma. I have this like really croaking cough because recovering from a cold with asthma, it turned into this asthmatic cough, and I just like have all this mucus. Anyway, TMI. But if I do not have TB, hopefully, and it should be gone in a few days. So let's see. Okay, Matt saying something. Okay, let me see. Yeah, I've been very active with the Curtis Judd, Aaron Paraki. Yeah, Aaron is amazing too. Tom Buck. Yeah, everybody I follow. My own channel, The Senior Tech. Oh, okay. I should give you a follow too. Maybe that's why. Maybe I've seen you because your profile looked familiar. So thank you for Matt. If you don't mind, put your channel link in maybe putting the @ signs already mentioned. So because I'm looking at you on eCam, I'm not seeing that. But thank you for the mention, and I would definitely go follow you as well. Okay, so now we're gonna see if we can do a little bit of a sound check. We only have about 15 minutes, but we can carry forward the rest of the sound check into our next conversation. Let's see. I will add this to a different camera. Charles sharing. Okay. All right. So let's start with compression. That's the biggest culprit. It's usually too aggressive. Yours is not too bad. Let me see what mine is. We can compare notes. Mine is, yeah, it's not too bad. -10 is not that bad. Yeah.
I tried to get it on 10. I couldn't.
No, you don't. It can't. Don't worry about trying to get that.
I know.
The OCD of us will pull our hair out. Yes.
Oh my God. Why is it doing this?
Maybe like less than that even. Like, so essentially make the threshold higher to the right. So to the other, the other way. Maybe down to like -4 maybe. Yeah. And see, and now talk a little.
Hello, hello. My name is Charles. Thank you for tuning in to this episode of Learner to Learner, where we talk about the RØDECaster user meetup here on January 14th, 2025.
Okay. That sounds all right. And we'll keep talking and see if.
I mean, keep talking? I can keep talking.
I think to me, it sounds okay.
Okay.
Let me see. And, okay. John IT is going to join. Okay. All right. I'm going to sell your old RCP. I do want to sell my old RCP. Yes. Wait, let me cough. Hang on. I'm back. So let's look at your, what other,
and I'm assuming that release is okay. I kept it basically
the
same
release
as what it
is
was on the OG.
like a one. I have it around 119, so that should be good.
Okay.
And attack as short as possible, so that's good.
The equalizer, I didn't touch this.
That you can mess with that, and maybe that will get you to because I think you were boomier on
well,
the other
and
one.
so if I turn off the equalizer, maybe that sounds better. So this is with the equalizer off. This is with the standard settings, which I do hear some more high.
You can lower
cranking up the high.
So you can tap on the high button in the middle, and then if you tap on that's turning it off. Sorry, you go to your high bell. So tap on the high bell and then lower it to and then go to the gain and then bring it down. So explaining what that does is you probably already know. So the bell is essentially sweeping which high frequencies you want to target. and then the gain will be pushing it up or lowering it.
Okay.
So if you don't want any boost,
if I shouldn't just keep this flat.
Maybe we should start with that and see if you. I mean, it sounds good even with it flat.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I like the natural sound of my voice with the SM7B. I didn't need a whole lot on it.
And you really didn't have to with I think the RØDECaster Pro 2 and the RØDECaster Duo, you didn't have to do too much EQ in most cases. Yeah. So I like how it sounds.
Okay. Sounds good. I'll just leave it off then.
Okay.
One less thing to worry about.
And everything else sounds fine to me. Now you can play with
it. I set it to the same thing. I had big bottom turned on.
Can you turn it off? I want to hear what it sounds like.
So this is without big bottom. This is with big bottom. I'm now speaking with big bottom in the Aphex exciter.
They do not translate like one-to-one the sound, so just do whatever feels right to you. I don't think you need any high end anymore. I think it's pretty clear.
Yeah, I didn't. I had the oral exciter turned. It's off. It's not doing anything. I do wish they had separated the on-off on this, so I could clearly mark this off.
Yeah, the drive is 0 means it's off. If the drive is 0.
Yeah, so this is with big bottom on, and we were talking big bottom
or
tune,
harmonics
drive.
Yeah.
And then I've got big bottom, tune, drive. This is big bottom off, tune, drive. What do you think?
Right now it's deactivated
Right now it's deactivated. Now it's activated. It's activated. Now it's deactivated.
I like that. I like it activated. It sounds closer to your old settings.
Okay. Good.
Yeah.
And then no panning, no high pass filter, no de-esser.
Well, we can pan now.
Woohoo!
Remember back in the days we couldn't pan?
Oh yeah.
Oh no, OG.
Noise gate. I did mess around with this. I did some floor. This I feel comfortable in.
Okay. And you can play with it. And
this was pretty easy to customize based on my new environment and new system. So
yeah. Okay.
I think that's.
I think it sounds pretty good. I think the compression maybe was a hair doing too much compression. Are you able to maybe just look at your screen now? I mean, we can come back to you, but if you're on your screen when you speak on the, maybe I'll show you, like, do you see the compression being engaged, like the red?
So yes, I do.
Okay. Is it a lot?
Right now, right now when I'm speaking normally, I am getting up to just above -10.
Ooh.
And I'm at unity, so that tells me that my gain is too high.
Your gain is at 60, right? You look at my gain.
Are you at 55?
62.
You're at 62.
I'm at 62, and in my compression, I also have a makeup gain in there too. But let me show you
I think you talk quieter than I do.
Maybe I do.
Yeah. So this is at 55.
But I do.
Go back to,
see, I do go up to about 10. Like you see, when I talk, it does go up to 10, or maybe like almost above 10 sometimes. And I like to have a bit of. I like to be a bit louder.
Well, if Sean's on the show, you have to be.
Sean trained me to be John Loud.
Yeah, Sean Loud.
Here we go. Not to interrupt, guys, but
the time? No.
No. We're okay on time. But did Sean come back last week?
Yes, he was back. What do you mean? Like after you left?
He went. He left the room.
Yeah, he did come back. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he returned after that. Yes. Okay, so
I'm sorry. You go ahead.
So anything else that you want us to check or go through and
I think that's
look
it.
through?
The only other questions I had, I don't find myself needing to use the chat channel, because again, I'm so used to the OG and just having stereo, that being the only output. So, I'm running. I wish I had one more physical fader. I do wish that. Being limited to the 4 because basically I have channel 1 is my mic, channel 2 is Bluetooth, channel 3 is my computer, and channel 2 is my phone.
Okay. And you do
But
not
that leaves
use
my sound pads out in the
virtual
Neverland.
virtual
Yeah.
world. And do you find yourself using chat when you're, say, in a call?
No.
So why, and you're using,
I just do mix minus on stereo.
so you don't ever then having to use a separate control for music? Oh, your music's coming from a Bluetooth maybe.
Right.
Ah, okay.
Yep. So, okay, so I guess I could have, instead of Bluetooth, if I was going to do it all through my computer,
just use your,
I could
use your
have my
chat channel.
computer output. Would I set my computer output to the chat channel?
What do you use to play it like music?
Well, typical Apple Music.
Apple Music. So Apple
But
Music
sometimes
has
I need to play something off of my actual browser
so like
or something.
system, right? Okay, so essentially system sound, right? System sound. I usually do all that inside of the main USB main. So
That's what I'm doing.
So all the sound come from USB main, and all my telephony functionality, whatever chat thing, I would use the chat channel.
Yeah, I don't think I have the use for it. For
John
what I
ID
do.
joining us.
Because I just do Zoom calls. I mean, a live stream, but I don't have anybody where I have to control their audio separate from my own.
Yeah, so what about playing, and because you're playing music from your
My iPad,
you don't have the issue of what some people, if the music source is also the computer, then their music and their conversation
at
is in
the
the
same
same channel, and then they can't play music into the meetings. That's
I'm doing it through Bluetooth, although after watching, I don't know why I didn't think of it. I may take my headphone output, because I have my iPad and dock. So I may take my headphone output from my dock and hardwire it into channel 2.
I just heard my hard drive vibrating on my audio rack because I forgot to turn my time machine back up off. I'm hearing it go. Brrr. Hopefully you didn't hear it.
Well, we can't hear it.
Okay, that's good. Welcome, John IT. Happy New Year. I haven't seen you for a while. Oh, wait, you're still muted. Not sure which. Here, that's why you don't hear yourself. Sorry, I'm giving you a hard time. No? Is it me? Or no? You seem unmuted on Zoom, but we don't hear you yet. And sorry, I'm not quite following the chat. I know there's lots of chats going on with Rob and Matt, and so glad
they're having a whole conversation over there about themselves.
Okay, all right, that's good, and that's perfectly fine. That's welcome.
That is good.
If you want to call the attention to us, type in the letter Q followed by a colon, and that would allow me to quickly filter through things that you want to come through to us. But feel free to have a blast chatting with each other in the conversation in the chat.
He's bouncing out.
Okay, so maybe he'll return and with giving it a hard time. But
colons.
That's actually what? No colons. Q colon.
Just the Q, no colon.
So anyway, so we have about 4 minutes, so maybe I should start to wrap up. And then those of you who are joining us on Zoom, you can just stay put, stay where you are, and then we can wrap up this particular show, and then we can follow up with we'll continue the conversation with our on our next show. Wait, John's name is Oh, we have to re-add you? Okay, I have to re-add you. I need to make that I was so afraid. Yeah, we can hear you now. I was so afraid of people Zoom bombing me that I forgot to turn on like the Zoom. I can set that so that it will automatically add the Zoom callers to the chat. Since registration is now done on the website, so anybody who's here should be safe. Okay, so now do we hear you now? I think I heard you earlier, John. Are you back?
You should hear me.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes, you're back.
Okay, cool.
All right.
The crazy thing was I turned on my audio interface after.
Oh, so it's after Ecamm?
Yeah.
Or after joining the call?
After joining the call.
Through Ecamm or directly from Zoom?
I'm going through Ecamm.
Okay.
It's a little bugs that happens every now and then.
You know what the bug that always plagued me, and I guess I use active speaker more than anyone else, is the black frame of active speakers. I don't know if you guys have that. Like if I have, like, so this is an active speaker, and occasionally I don't know, it's like when there's nobody's talking or something, it would just go to black. At occasion, I don't know That's why weird. That is. This is also an active speaker. I've reported this at least twice, and sometimes I don't report and it got fixed, but to the point where Glenn, when I met Glenn in person in Boston, he knows who I am, who's reporting about the black frame bug in active speaker. Don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. Anyway, you're out of sync.
No, I think they've got a new version supposed to come out, like maybe it's this week, that and maybe it'll fix that.
I am out of sync according to Matt on like I am out of sync. So I will take a look at that, and on the live stream, if it is live stream, people should be able to tell. I may have to check that again because it's been a while since I've done that. I think I've set it to 5 frames, and I have it on a new computer, so that might change. That explains, because I'm on a new computer now. Hey, wait, not you, John. Not who? There's a delay on blah blah blah. Anyway, so let me wrap this up. Let me wrap this up, and then we will continue the conversation on the other show, which is Soundcheck. So tune in on that one. And if you're on Clubhouse, I'm going to shut this room down, and then we'll see you on the Soundcheck room. Thanks all. We'll see you in a bit.